Hi everyone, welcome to Shashwat Office Pune. This is Mahesh Patil. This is the first time that we are actually writing MPSC mains examination in descriptive pattern that is supposed to be held in March 2026. But for going to write this examination, we already are prepared. We already gone through all the GS paper, including your option also. But if you look at the syllabus point of view, there is a one word that clearly emphasizes that special reference to Maharashtra. So do you think that there will be some questions related to the Maharashtra economy, Maharashtra geography, and all the current news related to Maharashtra? So yes, there would be. But there is no assumption that how many questions would be there. There is no surety that what parameter or in what percentage there would be some question. But it is truth and reality that we will have some questions on Maharashtra. So in all perspective, including your GS 1, 2, 3, 4 essay paper, also your optional, there should be some stand from your side that Maharashtra should be highlighted. If you are actually neglecting Maharashtra aspect, that means you are neglecting around 4 to 5 questions out of 20 in your GS paper. So as in today's lecture, we will focus on the very hot news that are completely associated with your GS paper, and that will help you to write it well. So today, before the 2 months that I am putting this lecture on YouTube, so that you people should be prepared for the Maharashtra news and also should have some highlights so that you can cover all the points. But before that, look at the syllabus of the MPSC that we already copied from the UPSC. But the point is, MPSC has disappointed us in prelim. As the CSAT paper wasn't as compared to the UPSC, it was as usual as earlier in the objective pattern. But in the GS also, in prelim, that I personally was expecting that the GS would be somewhere related to the UPSC or some sort of standard would be there, but it wasn't as well. So in prelim, what we saw in MPSC pattern, it is no change, just the syllabus. But do not expect that such thing would happen in mains in written paper. But I would also suggest you one thing. Meanwhile, we are actually running the writing program in which I studied Pune and Mumbai University papers, basically college papers, third year paper and then MA paper. So there could be some possibility that these people would copy such questions from the university background questions, and they might have the same standard and the same structure in our mains. The first mains supposed to be held in March. So look, also have your look upon number 1 Pune University and number 2 Mumbai University. That is also I feel somewhere similarity in the question paper of college people. Okay, moving to the next highlighted news of Maharashtra in 2025. Before that, I just would like to remind you one thing of other states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Kerala, Punjab. They do have their descriptive pattern, but they do again have that separate paper for the local news, local of their own state. Like, look at the first paper of Bihar. Now, BPSC, UPPSC and KPSC, how do they have more emphasis on their local issues and news and history and polity and current affairs? So let's have look upon over here. This is a BPSC paper 2024. And what the question is, examine the expansion of Western education in Bihar from mid-19th century around. Now see, completely focus on the Bihar. So this is the Bihar Public Service Commission paper that they have special emphasis on their local issues. Second question, if you look at this question, throw detailed light on the need and the importance of the caste-based census that held in Bihar again. Look at here, again Bihar. Third question, see this one again. Discuss the causes and the consequences of out migration of population from Bihar and the measures taken by the state government to stabilize the population. This is actually the highlighted very hot topic that every year we see the migration from the north states, basically from Bihar, and that spread all over India, and that is the crucial issue for other states also. And there are so many debates that have been going around for the last 1 decade. Now, look at the UPPSC. If you go through the Uttar Pradesh Public Service Commission syllabus, there are 2 papers, paper number 4 and paper number 5 and 6, completely dedicated to the Uttar Pradesh governance and Uttar Pradesh polity. That means all the 2 papers, they do not have the optional paper, but they do have the 2 paper completely talks about Uttar Pradesh issue. So every candidate has to study Uttar Pradesh separately. We don't have that in the same manner, but look at the question paper of Uttar Pradesh. In every question, they do ask you question about the Uttar Pradesh, Uttar government's initiative, Uttar government's all the things related to thing that has happened in a year, or supposed to be, that government's some sort of intervention in public issue, intervention in public order, whatever the things happening in Uttar Pradesh that are actually highlighted in the paper 5 and paper 6. So this is Uttar Pradesh paper. Number next, if you are moving to the MPPSC, that is Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission, they also ask some sort of question related to the local issues, like see, write the objective of Gaon Ki Beti Yojana run in Madhya Pradesh. So they are asking directly the government's programs, government's achievements, and government's contribution to the local areas. That is what the question we have in all other states. So comparatively, if you look at the Maharashtra perspective, what I believe, what I study every day, what I feel is, yes, there would be some sort of question. How many questions would be there? Nobody can presume it, but around 4 to 5 questions, I believe, would be related to Maharashtra. Okay, so let's move to the next topic, that is very top and highlighted news in Maharashtra that happened in this 2025, on which there could be some sort of questions in all GS. So number one news is very interesting and very highlighted and very hottest news. Ladki Bahin Yojana, Mukhyamantri Maji Ladki Bahin Yojana, that is the official name. But now, if you look at this news as a very highlighted in all perspective, in a financial constraint, everybody is talking about the burden on the Maharashtra with regards to the money respective, but on other hand, government is actually claiming that they are providing so much employment and self-reliant to the women, that is what they are helping. So in a positive perspective, you have to write it down. There could be some question based on it from the essay perspective, that is women empowerment. In paper number 1, that is in GS paper 1, in GS paper Indian society, among which women's organization, women's contribution, women's stand, that is gender equality, we can say that on gender equality basis, there could be some sort of question. So while reading this news, while reading this yojana, that is scheme, you should not just elaborate what are the objectives of the scheme, also you should have that constructive criticism. Do not criticize government directly that they are actually wasting money. No, they are actually investing the money to make the women empower and make them self-reliant and give them employment. So that is what, as a bureaucrat, you should go for this news. Don't write in a negative manner. And also remember, there could be no negative question that this news or this scheme is actually negative, it is actually burden to the society. No way. There could be some sort of question that has the balancing answer, and your criticism should be constructive, should not highlight the negative ideas, right? So this is the first one, very highlighted. Number 2, yes, Nasik Tapon forest. Now the bunch of activists have come together and they want to protect that all the trees that should not be cut it down for the upcoming Kumbh Mela, because they want that the environment should be restored. Now look at the all area of the urban societies. In urban area, urbanization is on the par. Right now, Mumbai, Pune is almost coming to the near. But while doing this development, we are actually cutting the trees. We are actually encroaching the all forest areas. That is what the deforestation. Deforestation is leading us to the so many hazardous things that we have to, or the next generation has to face. But comparing this news, that there could be some sort of, number 1 is essay, that is environmental challenges to the Maharashtra while growing, while developing. There could be some sort of essay. Number 2, paper 2, that is governance and politics. Governance in the sense that how the local bodies, municipalities and the state government is dealing with this issue, and keeping in mind that you are actually protecting the environmental areas. Number next, ecology and disaster management. Yes, there could be some sort of in GS3 paper. And in GS4 case study, yes, in case study there could be one case study that you are the MLAs, or you are the XYZ minister, or you are supposed to be the XYZ executive of the area, and some of the activists come together and they actually holding some sort of, on the street they are come together and they demonstrated against the government and blah blah. Some sort of case study would be there, and there could be some reaction from you that you have to narrate down. But while writing the case study on the environmental issue, always have balancing views, but keep in mind that you are actually following rules of the law. Whatever the government says, whatever the law says, whatever the amendment rule says, that is what you have to write accordingly. So this is again the next issue. Third one, yes, that is actually debating issue in every village of Western Maharashtra. Basically in Junnar area, Pune area, and also in Kolhapur area, there are some sort of issue are actually on the high, because the man and animal conflict is on the very hot issues. When there is a leopard is entering in the humans areas and he is actually killing some animals, killing also attacking to the human, that is a crucial issue. But why did this happen, and why we allowed them to come? Because of the deforestation. And that is the highlight area, not in just of the man's, that is human's perspective, but it is again the protection of the Wildlife Act 1972, under which leopard are protected. So what government needs to take the measure, what as a human, what as a citizen of the country, what we need to go for it, how to save that animal, that is leopard, also to the protection of the humankind, that is has to be some related question or issue should be there. But case study should not be neglected in this area. Case study might be there, but in GS3, that is disaster management, environmental issues and deforestation, could be some sort of question. Number next, moving to the next highlighted news, urban flooding. This is not the new one. Every year we face in western Maharashtra, basically in Solapur, Kolhapur, Sangli area, every year we have some sort of flood, and yes, so many people get affected every year. And then again the government comes with the compensation. Every year same things happening. This is the cycle that we are facing, but there is no final solution. So what final solution should be there? What measure, what suggestion, what recommendation should that the government be adopted and let the people make feel that there could not be no flood? But in urban area, basically in Mumbai every year that the local bodies always fail to protect the people from this urban flooding. So this urban flooding in GS paper 1, that is again environment, but in local bodies, the work of the municipalities, the local government stands here more, because the local government's responsibility to protect the area in all respective things, whatever the natural or man-made. So that has to be somewhere some sort of question that MPC might ask with urban flooding. Number next news is Naxalite surrender. Recently in last month in Gadchiroli, bunch of people, around 11 people, that is Naxalist people, who surrender their all the weapons along with themselves to the police in the presence of Honorable Chief Minister Devendra Fadnis. And also there is a one commander, that's name is Venugopal Rao. Venugopal Rao was very highlighting commander who surrendered himself to the government and said that I want to stop all the things, I want to ready for the peace talk. So that is what the peacemaking process has done. This is the exactly the good move that the Maharashtra government has shown to the all other Naxal affected states, so that we can bring all the damage control things and make the peace among them, and also make the area with flourishing things like giving infrastructure, providing basic things and whatever. But this issue is completely related to the internal security, and internal security when it comes to India, even though in India, this news or this current affair should be noted down in your answer page and should be highlighted. So this is the good move by the government of Maharashtra. Number next news, moving to the Maharashtra stop in FDI. Maharashtra is number 1 in terms of GDP. In GDP, if you look at all the states of the India, in Maharashtra's contribution to the GDP is higher as compared to the other. In the same way is happening in FDI. So foreign direct investment that is pouring so much amount to India, around 20 billion US dollar, that every year in 2024 and 25 Maharashtra got, and that is directly helping us in manufacturing and service sector. So Maharashtra and Karnataka both together around 50%, these two states around 50% they get FDI, and that is what they provide to so many jobs and so many opportunities to the local people. So this is again the economical point of view, this is actually the news. But in essay point of view, if you are writing some economical essay, should write it down that the FDI's contribution, that is Maharashtra stand first. So economically it is flourishing state, and that has a more weightage as compared to the other state, right? Number next, moving to the next, yes, local body election. For the long time there is a rule that in just 6 months that has to be held, but it took so much long time. So here comes the amendment number 73 and 74. So amendment 73 and 74 is in news, but with regards to the local body election, there are some issues like bogus voting, there are some issues like anti-defection law that you might have some sort of also weightage to your answer. You might write it down schedule 10, but can be ignored. So local body election related to election commission, how the local bodies are election as conducted, what are the rules and what are the code of conducts, and what are the challenges to the election commission of India while conducting local issues related election. So that has to be somewhere that you can go for. Okay, moving to the next news, that is right to breathe clean air is the fundamental right, that recently verdict given by the Bombay High Court. In the last month, just in last month, Bombay High Court directly talked to the BMC saying that clean air, that is breathing the clean air is a fundamental right. So here comes the Article 21. But this news should not be treated as just to the Maharashtra, just talk about the AQI of Delhi. Delhi government failed to protect that environmental related issues and the pollution is at par. The discussion, the debate in all our country with regards to the air pollution is on high. So if there is a question with regards to air pollution, so this point should be highlighted that the Bombay High Court recently says that the fundamental right of a man possesses is right to breathe clean air. So you should jot it down such things so that it may have some more weightage to your answer content. Okay, moving to the last news, I wouldn't say this is a news, but this is the highlighted core area on which the case study might be asked. Number one is there was an issue, that is a conflict, I would say not an issue, conflict between IPS officer and Deputy Chief Minister Mr. Pawar, and there was some sort of conflict over the phone, and that the recording went viral on internet, and everybody talked about the code and conduct and the behavior of civil servant. But this could be the basic area for our case studies, on which there could be some case study there you are talking to the senior officer, either you are talking to the chief minister, how you should behave or how you should show your conduct and morality, and civil servants do's and don'ts, whatever the thing. So this news is a core area for the case studies. And the second core news for the case study is digital detox. There is a one village, Vadgaon, in the district of Sangli, where the people have come together and decided that they would dedicate 1 hour daily and they will refrain from all other electronic equipment like mobile, laptop, computer and TV, and they will engage themselves in social gathering, social intervention, social interaction. Also their kids, the small kids or the college going people will sit together and will start studying. So this is the best example module that we want to highlight as a social gathering. So everybody wants to come together. Even the IS officer of that area, he went to the village, he visited there, and he also applauded the things that whatever done by the village people. So this could be again the crux area for our case studies. So there could be some more news. I'm just giving you the some highlights and some idea that you can have some guess on which news you can study for case studies. At the last, see, we at the Shashwat Academy, we all the team together, we have two groups, that is in Marathi medium and in English, and we are actually running IWP. What does it mean by? It is actually individual writing program in which we individually assign a particular topic to a person, also ask him to read for 2 or 3 days, then come together and then write, and then we channelize the things, we check the paper by 2 people, then ask that person to come again and then discuss the paper, and then we give him or her a exact answer module, and that carries for whole year. So if you want to be the master of writing, do come to us. Don't waste much time in spending just sitting in the classes and just going through the huge number of lectures. Actually this descriptive pattern is all about writing, and if you are not writing, you are actually killing your time. So do come to us and learn writing skills. Thank you.